This is just a short introduction to the connector between Deer and Zoho Analytics that GrowthPath has developed. It sits on top of the application platform cache, which is a layer which fetches data from Deer and stores it in a format which is easy to process. There are a number of applications we've got which build on this layer. The advantage of this is that it's much faster and it protects the Deer API. We don't hit it with a lot of load. So the connector into Zoho Analytics produces a lot of different tables. So we see a summary of all the tables here with their definitions. Tables which cover purchasing, sales, logistics, and it's more than just a pure copy of the data from Deer. There's also some processing to make things easier to work with, and we'll see some examples of that in a minute. So if we just jump into analytics, and so this is Zoho Analytics, and this is a workspace with test data from a test Deer. Data takes us to all the tables. So a very important table is the sales factor table, which summarizes all the invoice lines. So this is designed to agree exactly with 0. So we don't see anything here unless it's been turned into an invoice. So I'm quickly going to make a report just to see what we can do with the data. So I'm going to create a chart, just a basic sales chart. So for this sales chart, we're going to use the product category. So I'm going to pick up the product table and grab the product category and put it into the x-axis. And I'm going to go back to my sales fact table. I'm going to grab the line revenue, which is in base currency. And let's have a quick look and see what we've got so far. So we've got here a bar chart of sales per category. This is all of history. Most of the time we want to have some date filtering on this. So let's let the user filter by date. So I pick up the transaction date, and I'm going to tell Zoho that I want to make this a relative period. I'm going to let them choose the last 6 months, the last 3 months. I'm going to add a new range for the last 12 months. And now the user can choose to see data for the last 6 months or the last 3 months. We can drill down. So let's say we want to look at the sales rep behind the sales of magical products for the last 3 months. So I haven't defined any particular drill downs, which means the user has to choose which drill down they want to see. So we're going to look at the sales rep, which is identified on the order. And now we can see magical sales for the last 3 months with a drill down into the sales rep, which is pretty much a state in this data. So that's a basic report. Let's say we wanted to compare year-to-date sales for the last few years. So I'll go back to the sales fact table and I'll make another chart. So this time we will stay with the product categories on the x-axis. So I'll just go down to my product table, put it onto the x-axis. This time we're going to grab a year-to-date revenue figure. And let's have a look at see where we are now with the data. Okay. Let's help the user this time with a drill down. So what we'd like is for us to click into one of these product categories and see the year-to-date comparison. So without any predefined drill down, I have to tell the system that I want to drill down And I've got to go back and find my transaction date. And I'm going to drill down for the year. So now I can see the year-to-date sales for this category. So this is the definition of the year is based on the settings of the workspace. So it's set to financial year, which is starting on July 1. And today I'm in January. So that means I'm about 7 months through the year. All of these data figures here are for exactly the same 7 months of the respective years. Now it's possible in the settings in the design for the report that I can give a hint about the type of drill down I think should be seen. So I want to drill down by year. And now when I click on something, it suggests, it gives me a predefined setting. I can just go through and click on the drill down per year. And from here I can drill down more. If I wanted to, I could see, for example, drill down by the originating warehouse, which in this database all originates from one warehouse. So that's an example of drill downs and charts and how easy it is to make reports with Zoho Analytics.